As the federal government was pumping billions of dollars in COVID relief to businesses, scammers were hard at work too. Now criminal investigators are trying to track down an estimated $84 billion in fraud nationally. Our own investigator, Jeremy Hohola, found more than 30 bogus businesses were approved for millions of dollars, and they all trace to one Denver office.
You good? We found something unusual that led us on a quest. Something in millions of lines of government data showing who got COVID relief money. A pattern involving millions of dollars. A repeating address tied to more than 24 businesses. Hi there. That led us to a woman who may know the name behind this pattern. I don't mean to catch you off guard.
No, that's fine.
My name is Jeremy Hohola. I'm a reporter for 9 News. The reason I'm approaching you, Elizabeth, I'm trying to find a man named Gregory Folk. Can you help me find Gregory Folk? Gregory Folk, a name listed on businesses we discovered are actually defunct and non-existent.
No, until you reached out to me, I had no clue that this was even going on.
Old businesses like Kyle Chapman's dog training company. They got a $74,000 loan. And
wow.
Yeah, $74,000 loan. And that there were apparently 3 people working for this company. He's laughing because Chapman shut that business down 2 decades ago. And then there's Chris Tucker's bronze casting business.
This is Hitter's Hands done in life cast bronze.
That he shut down in 2003.
I never would have known it if you had not called me and told me.
State business documents show Gregory Folk revived the business on July 28, 2020, and changed the name to Colorado Hardscape Systems. 9 days later, a $74,000 loan, but it didn't go to Chris Tucker. Does the name Gregory Folk ring a bell to you?
No, I've never heard that name.
Does the name Gregory Folk ring a bell?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Fulcrum Asset Management Incorporated. We found lots of other defunct businesses.
Urban Information Technologies Incorporated.
Coming back to life on paper with the name Gregory Folk.
Quasimodo Techno Systems Incorporated. Alrighty, here we go. Kenyon Plaza.
Each of them using one Denver office as home base.
And we're looking for suite 3600.
33 businesses.
Let's see what we find or who we find.
Each with 3 employees, all supposedly crammed in suite 3600. Including the dog training company, the bronze company.
I don't think anybody's in there.
And even a VHS rental store shut down in 2003. Fast forward to 2021. The office complex manager tells me Greg Folk moved out of here about 4 years ago, and he knows nothing about the 33 businesses registered here. The loans total $2.3 million.
Are you serious? Wow. So they got somebody for a lot of money.
Yeah, I think the taxpayers.
Wow. That's crazy. That's absolutely bizarre.
So where's all that money that was supposed to pay 99 employees listed in the data? I'm looking for a man named Gregory Folk. Does that name ring a bell at all?
It does not.
You know a guy named Greg Folk? Gregory Folk? We tried tracking Folk down at his old office.
All right.
His home.
I'm driving these dogs nuts.
And back to that moment when we found his wife.
The reason I'm approaching you, Elizabeth, I'm trying to find a man named Gregory Folk.
Let's pause. You're gonna want to hear this.
Can you help me find Gregory Folk?
He's deceased.
He's deceased.
Yep. She says Greg Folk died in November of 2020, months after those businesses got all of those loans.
All of these businesses that were old were being renewed through the Secretary of State's office with his name on the business licensing.
I have no idea.
And money was coming in through these businesses. Yeah, I'm sorry to catch you off guard like this.
I just don't know anything about it.
Okay, yeah, we're talking about potentially up to $2 million worth of taxpayer money here that may have been funneled through these businesses. Yeah.
Elizabeth says her husband was sick with COVID in all of 2020.
He had COVID.
He had COVID.
He got COVID in February of last year, and it killed his kidneys. And so he went into kidney failure, and he was really, really sick all of last year. He hardly worked at all.
His wife claims he got COVID in February, the month before the first official COVID case was reported in Colorado. And for someone who was sick for a year, his name appeared on all of these businesses. We also learned in March, a former client won a lawsuit against Folk for bogus tax work. Folk was ordered to pay $187,000. 2 months later, the first defunct business in Folk's name gets COVID money. 33 revived businesses all before Folk died in November. As for that $2 million, who knows where that went?
What does this hurt?
It hurts the people that legitimately need the money.
The IRS Criminal Investigation Division tells us there are many similar mysteries across the nation that will take years to solve. Mysteries about businesses like those in Suite 3600.
What kind of people are doing this, reviving dormant businesses and trying to get away with this?
We've seen it through any number of professions, people, backgrounds in small business, backgrounds in accounting, backgrounds in, the legal field. I think they understand the paperwork process. I mean, there were people seriously in distress, but this just wasn't the mechanism that they should have chosen. I mean, they defrauded the government.
I want to talk with you.
Okay.
I want to sit down with you, show you what we found,
Absolutely.
and maybe you can help us find out what's
I would be happy to figure out who did that.
Yeah.
Because somebody had to really. He had some clients that were very unhappy, and he had some clients that he had stopped working with because they were kind of shystery.
Shystery. Folk's widow said her husband had enemies and believed someone stole his identity. But she stopped responding to us and said we'd hear from her attorney. That hasn't happened yet, and you're probably asking right now, so where's all of this money and what's next? It's unknown where that $2 million went. We can say federal investigators have taken an interest in what we found. Back to you.
Oh, yeah. And $2 million doesn't
lot of
just
money.
evaporate.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's somewhere.
Thank you, Jeremy.